Is this missing mineral the root cause of your disease? Let's talk about it. Hey health heroes, welcome back to Adamimmune, the channel all about helping you improve your health naturally, and today we're going to be talking about missing minerals in your diet. 200 million people in the US are suffering from at least one chronic disease. Most of those have been diagnosed with multiple, and 30 million have 5 or more. Each year, 900,000 Americans die prematurely from those 5 leading causes of death. Up to half of those deaths could be prevented according to the CDC. And you know, if they're saying it's half, it's probably a lot more, right? The health crisis in the US should really be declared a natural disaster, or unnatural disaster. Poor agricultural methods leading to depleted soils have ensured our food supply is nutritionally inadequate. And then of course, when someone does get sick, our health system just prescribes medicine and painkillers to treat and mask those symptoms. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against medication, but I think modern medicine needs to really fix those issues by addressing the root cause itself. That's where mineral deficiency comes in. Yes, it can be that simple. I mean, it's not always, and it's not always just deficiency, but it can be the root cause of your disease. Let's start with the 5 primary ones that also are known as electrolytes. These form thousands of chemical reactions when mixed with water, moving in and out of your cells to keep your body hydrated, ensuring your nerves and muscles are functioning properly. Number 1, calcium. It is the most abundant mineral in your whole body, and it's fairly easy to get from food. However, things like coffee and phytic acid in grains can deplete your calcium reserves in your entire body. In fact, not only does coffee and grains deplete your calcium, but magnesium, potassium, sodium, basically all of your electrolytes. If you have issues staying hydrated, it might be because of coffee, but hydration isn't just skin deep, it also affects you on a cellular level. If you have bone, muscle, nerve, or heart issues, cutting out coffee might just save your life. Notice how grains are fortified with vitamins? Well, they're not fortified with minerals, are they? I think this is a really big oversight by the food industry. I mean, they really dropped the ball here. I suggest replacing all your grains with vegetables. I'm not saying you need to just be eating cauliflower rice, but you know, that's a pretty good substitute if you like cauliflower. The most important thing with calcium is that you don't overtake it. That can be just as toxic as not getting enough. Get calcium from your food, but limit things that obstruct it. If you aren't eating good quality fat, make sure you get good ones in, like from grass-fed pastured animals or fish, and you definitely might consider supplementing with vitamin D. That will help you absorb the calcium. This is how I supplement with calcium. This is just eggshell. I only do that once a month, and I don't really need to do that. I get enough from my, food supply, but you can. Just make sure you're getting good quality calcium. Actually, the supplement industries will just grind those up, eggshells anyway, and make calcium, so it's really pretty much the same thing. It actually tastes kind of like an M&M shell, so if you put a little bit of like coconut butter in there, it's really good, surprisingly. Number 2, phosphorus. Symptoms of phosphorus deficiency are poor bone and teeth development, mental fatigue, feeling of depression resulting from exhausted nerve energy. This is another easy one to get as long as you're eating fresh foods. I've talked about nucleotides a few times in the past. This is the only place you can get your nukes from. I don't recommend supplementing this. It is found in DNA and RNA, so as long as you're eating fresh foods, you can definitely get enough of this in. You can get this from all kinds of foods. You know, if you go to the store and you see that living lettuce or sprouts, those are foods that are alive. You could also eat bugs like humans have done for thousands of years. But again, that's on you, and I'm not gonna show you that, so sorry. Maybe at the end of this video, so hold on. I'm not. Number 3, potassium. Potassium regulates transportation in and out of cells, including the removal of toxins and delivery of nutrients. It regulates heartbeat, tissue elasticity, aids in healing, promotes correct liver functioning, and regulates nerve and muscle action. It's important to note medications will deplete your potassium. Most people are thinking about diuretics, but yes, that's true, but also steroids will majorly deplete your potassium reserves. It's important to note that even natural steroids that your body produces will result in depleting your potassium. So, if you're overly stressed and not getting enough sleep, you will be producing more cortisol in your body because you're under a lot of stress and your body isn't able to manage it well. So that will deplete your potassium. So make sure you ease your stress, work on your stress, do stress management techniques along with supplementing this. It's very important. It's also important to not overeat on sugar. A lot of people go keto and they cut back on the sugar and they notice that their potassium reserves are a lot better and they're feeling a lot better overall. I think that's probably a good reason why. So I do recommend people supplement with this. This is the brand that I use, Nutricost. For most of my supplements, this is potassium chloride. This is one that's really important because you need 10 times more of this than, say, magnesium. So it's important to get the ratios on these minerals correct. It's kind of a balancing act, and there will be some trial and error. I have all of these supplements and so much more on my Adamimmune shop, so go to the link in the description below and check all those out. I only recommend things that I've used or use currently that have worked well for my healing journey, and I really hope you guys try this. I mean, some of these things have been really life-changing for me. Oh, and this is also chelated with chloride, which I'm not going to say it's not in the top 5, but it's one of those trace minerals. There's actually 16 of them. I mention it because it functions sort of like an electrolyte, even though it isn't one. Was that number 3? The next one is sodium. Along with potassium, sodium regulates exchange in and out of our cells. It helps maintain water balance and is required to produce digestive juices. It also eliminates carbon dioxide and aids correct nerve functioning. Sodium is just salt. I recommend pink Himalayan salt, as a bunch of other studies have shown that plastic particles have actually ended up in regular sea salt. They did a bunch of studies, and yeah, a whole bunch of brands. I hate to be the bearer of bad news on that one, but yeah, pink salt is from the mountains, it's not from the sea. It's safer, right? If you don't consistently salt your foods, then you might be needing more. Soleil water is actually a great way to fix that. Just put some water in a glass and let it sit with plenty of salt, let it dilute, and sip on that throughout the day. Maybe I will do a video later just on Soleil water and how to make that. Magnesium is the next one. It is required for more than 300 biological reactions in the body. It maintains normal nerve and muscle function, supports a healthy immune system, breaks down carbohydrates. Symptoms of magnesium deficiency are poor complexion, faster heartbeat, irritability, digestive disorders, and soft bones. Important note, birth control will actually deplete your magnesium reserves, so it's really important while you're pregnant that you get enough magnesium. I think everybody should be taking this because studies have shown that up to 70% of people worldwide are actually deficient in this. It really just isn't in our soil anymore. This mineral has been personally very life-changing to me. I can actually handle stress, like emotional and physical, way more after starting to take this. I noticed even after I found remission, I skipped in and out of remission. I had, flares every now and then. Because of magnesium and this other one I'm going to tell you about at the end of the video, I can actually stay in remission without having flares for way longer periods of time. I'm talking about maybe 1 a year. So it is a huge difference in my life. I can't express how amazing it has been for me. This is the one I take. Again, Nutricost from Amazon. If you don't want to, yes, I'm an affiliate. I get affiliate links. I make a few pennies if you click on the link. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, just go straight to Amazon and type in Nutricost. It's called magnesium glycinate. One of the best decisions I ever made. So those were the 5 main ones, but there are 16, like I said, trace minerals that are just as important, even though they aren't needed in higher doses. And I absolutely do supplement with a couple of these. I'm just going to share the 5 most important and difficult to get trace minerals. Among the minerals in this list, iron is a major component in your red blood cells. Its main function is to help carry oxygen and nutrients to be distributed to your entire body. Iron is the most diagnosed mineral deficiency in the entire world. This is at the top just because it's so important. But so many people are anemic, right? But it's not because of the lack of iron in the diet. It's because their body isn't either absorbing it or they're eating too much sugar that is blocking their body from utilizing the iron that they are consuming. Now, a good tip for iron, because I don't recommend supplementing in this, is to just eat plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables, because vitamin C will actually help you absorb the iron that you're already consuming. It's really not hard, guys. If you can eat red meat at all, you're going to get plenty of iron. Fruit is a great place to get your vitamin C. If you're on keto, even berries are a good option, right? They're low sugar, there's plenty of other fruits to choose from. The next one is copper. So even more important than getting enough vitamin C, copper is the primary factor in the metabolism of iron in your body. And chances are super high that most people are not getting enough or hardly any of this. Now, copper deficiency symptoms are like those of iron because it is needed alongside it. Pale complexion, anemia, low energy levels, stunted growth, and poor hemoglobin production. There are only 2 places you can get this reasonably in your diet, and that is from shellfish or from liver. Now, if you don't like the idea of eating either of those, I recommend that you take this. Now, you probably can't see this very well. This is copper. just diluted in liquid, okay? The brand is actually called Taste and Score Liquid Minerals. They have a bunch of them. If you don't want to do the powders, this is always a great option. This has worked extremely well for me. It works so well that I don't even have to eat liver anymore every 2 weeks or once a month like I was. Honestly, I eat liver maybe once every few months now, just because I'm trying to cover my bases, right? But honestly, with this, you don't actually need to. There are other great things in liver though, so I'm not saying this is a good replacement. I'm just saying if you don't eat liver often, this should be your go-to every single day. I only take 3 to 4 drops of this a day, and it's amazing. Now, not only does this help you absorb iron, it also helps your body produce enzymes that break down certain anti-nutrients like histamines in your body. This leads to all kinds of different diseases, but for me, it caused severe anxiety disorder. Yes, mental illness as well as physical illness can be caused by diet. It's all inflammation. Inflammation in say, the muscles or nerves look differently than inflammation in the brain. This can lead to schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, and a slew of other mental degenerative disorders. Now the next one is zinc, and this one is maybe my best kept secret that I've ever shared on this channel, and I'm really happy to share this one today. Ever since I was young, I had this horrible skin disease, HS stage 3, and it has been manageable with my diet, and I've been in remission for years, but after taking this mineral, I don't even have those random flares anymore. At least they're extremely rare, like I was saying before. Roles of zinc in the body are regulating blood sugar, healing wounds, transferring carbon dioxide from tissue to lungs, among many other things. And again, these minerals all work together. It is the balance of them together. Symptoms of zinc deficiency are poor intestinal absorption, restricted growth, prostate problems, absence of taste, skin issues, and this one's another one of those that birth control will deplete, okay? And since it's something most people don't take, this is going to be a hidden issue for so many people. This is the one that I take. Again, NutriCost. If there's other brands that you want to use or something that's easier for you, or you find a cheaper one, go with that, okay? But I get zinc oxide because it's very absorbable into the body. This is the best one that works for me. The next one is iodine. Now, iodine is used to make thyroxine, which regulates some of our metabolic functions, oxidation of fats and proteins. I can't tell you how many people I've consulted that have thyroid issues alongside other disorders. It's so common and so many people don't even know. As part of the endocrine system, the thyroid produces hormones that regulate metabolism and autonomic bodily functions, affecting every tissue, organ, and system in the human body. Symptoms of iodine deficiency are swollen thyroid gland, goiter, low metabolism, unexpected weight gain that isn't controllable with diet and exercise alone, and the best source of iron that is actually good for the body and doesn't come along with other toxins is seaweed. Now, I get this just from Walmart. I get the roasted seaweed, and you know, you don't have to make sushi with it, but just eat it. It actually comes in these little snackable packs now, but if you have a seaweed or a fish allergy, chances are you're not going to be able to eat that. So this is what I recommend for those people. This is called Lugal Solution. It is a brand. It's going to be hard to see. Again, I will link that in the description, or it will be in my Adamimmune shop below. But I use this for a long time, and this really helped me get it in. Now, because I'm on a special diet, the AIP diet, that helped me find remission, I can't eat regular salt because it has binders and fillers in it and everything else you shouldn't have, right? So I don't eat regular table salt that I get from the store. So I eat the pink Himalayan salt, and it is not fortified with iodine. And since it's needed in the human body, and most people don't eat fish, well, this really is your only option. So before you supplement with minerals, I always recommend that you change your diet and lifestyle, but start with a whole foods diet. Get rid of all those processed foods and refined sugars. The best sources of minerals are in food, but if you can't get them from that, supplements are the next best thing, right? I just think these are the best options for most people, and that's why I'm finally sharing that today. It's been several years on this channel, and I really haven't talked anything about the minerals I take and shared all that, and I just really wanted to conclude that. I really hope this video helps you out. This is what has been life-changing for me and helped me get my life back on track and actually able to live a real life for once. I know a lot of you will be able to relate to that. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. See you next time.